2 XL jerseys, man. It's like they thought it was going to come back double the size.
KJ's got to hustle in from right.
I'm just going to run away from Clayton when he tries to take this off of me.
It was about time. Shout out my boy Nick. He's actually sitting right up here. Yeah.
Tell him Rack taught him.
My favorite was the lizard where he like crawled on the wall. It's just mind-boggling.
Thank God I'm only throwing 2 innings. I don't know the first one again.
Man, I can't find my jersey, bro. I think you have mine on.
No, that's so crazy. I can't believe you lost your stuff.
Can't hit that far, DR. You're weak.
Yeah, some of them are pretty vulgar, and my mom doesn't need to be seeing that, so.
Mics were hot all over the place last night as the Party Animals stayed red hot, earning their 4th straight win here in Grayson Stadium and taking the tour lead for the first time since they were up 2-1. Now they lead 8-7 and look to sweep the Bananas out of Savannah this afternoon in Game 16 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. Well, it's been a soupy day here in the 912, but thousands of fans have braved the elements, withstood the sporadic downpours and constant drizzles, and have been rewarded with some relatively clean skies, at least for the time being, as we're about 15 minutes away from first pitch. And we welcome you inside the broadcast booth with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you all so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us here in virtual Banana Land. These Party Animals continue to push the pedal to the metal. They have won 6 out of their last 8 and go for the sweep this afternoon.
Well, the bat sparked another win for the boys in black and pink last night. 3 home runs for the Party Animals through the first 2 innings of play, and then the pitchers did the rest of the work and did a really impressive job, as only one guy had an inning thrown in over 5 minutes for the Party Animals last night. They continued to work quickly, kept the Bananas away from reaching base often, and now they're going for that sweep tonight and hopefully a 5th straight win here in Grayson Stadium as well.
Yeah, that's been the recipe for success for the Party Animals across their 4 wins in 5 games in Grayson so far this season. The pitching has been unbelievable. They have limited the Bananas to just 4 points so far this weekend, and as you can see across the 4-game winning streak, all the numbers that tell the story right here.
Well, we've seen a lot of home runs flying out of Grayson Stadium early on in 2025. That has certainly been the case for the Party Animals. They've gone bombs away quite a bit this series. Cosgrove, Hampton, Baber, Bloomer, all guys who have gone deep. They're averaging over a home run per game in Grayson Stadium this season. But again, we've got to touch on how well the pitching has been as of late. That 3.78 earned run average. Very impressive considering the tour average ERA right now is just a hair above 6.
We'll send it on down to Sam Bauman. He has Coach Bronny with some keys to today's game.
Yeah, hey, Biko, Josh, Coach here. Coach Bronny is ready. He's tapped in. He's already talking to the guys on the headset. Coach, we got 4 straight here in Savannah for your boys. How do we get to 5, and what's been working to keep this winning streak going?
Yeah, I mean, these guys have absolutely been relentless. They're coming out strong, and they're hitting it hard, not taking any hitting off, and I'm just loving the fearlessness that these animals are having today. And I'm excited for this next one.
Now, Coach, we can't deny the fact the weather conditions, it's been rainy, as Biko said, a little soupy today. How do we stay focused? How do we avoid making the weather an issue tonight? Are you concerned about it?
No, thank you, Sam. We're not concerned. These animals, you know, I'd like to talk to Sawyer about the rainforest with these guys. Animals are in the rainforest, and they're going to dominate it and take it over because it is an animal kingdom. And so today, we got a little bit of sun coming out, so it's a little bit swampy, a little bit of moist, but that's perfect rainforest weather for these animals to thrive.
And I know you guys, you were telling me earlier, you got one specific animal on your team who seems to thrive specifically in wet weather, Coach.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you think about it, we got our guy Noah Fisher. This guy is bred for this stuff. I mean, fish born in the water, taking it all the way. The water is his life. I mean, if you look at him close enough, I swear he's got gills. This guy is ready for this weather.
Now, talking about big playmakers, Bryson Bloomer, our showman of the night last night. The guy jumped off the roof of Grayson Stadium yesterday. Is that what we're looking for, Coach, out of your guys?
That's exactly what we're looking for. I mean, everyday Bloomer, birthday boy Bloomer, birthday or not, that guy is ready to go. He's going to do whatever it takes to dominate. I mean, there's no ceiling high enough for these animals, and Bloomer's just the perfect man for it.
Coach, I know you got a big game today. I'm going to let you get back to drawing things up. I felt some animals prowling around me here. Guys, let's check out the incredible rules of this sport we call banana ball.
The name of the game is Banana Ball, and this is the fastest, most entertaining game in sports. Rule number 1, Win the inning, win the point. If you score the most runs in an inning, you get a point. The most points win the game. But in the last inning of Banana Ball, every run counts as a point. Rule number 2, there is a 2-hour time limit. No new inning can start when the clock hits 0. Rule number 3, if you step out of the batter's box, it is a strike. Rule number 4, no bunting. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Rule number 5, batters can steal first. Rule number 6, no walks allowed. It becomes a ball 4 sprint until every position player touches the ball. Rule number 7, no mound visits. Nope. Rule number 8, if a fan catches a foul ball, it is an out. In Banana Ball, everything's in play, so you better be ready. Rule number 9, the Showdown Tiebreaker. If the game is tied at the end of 9 innings, or when time expires, it is pitcher versus hitter with 1 fielder, and the hitter has to score. Rule number 10, the Banana Ball Challenge Rule. You, the fans, have the opportunity to challenge a ruling on the field. Rule number 11, the Golden Batter Rule. A team can set up any batter to hit in any spot in the lineup. This is guaranteeing the best possible matchup at the end of the game when it matters most. These are the official rules of Banana Ball.
Now that we have the rules, let's take a look at the starting pitching matchup today. It is a fun one. Best friends, guys who have lived together 6 out of the last 7 seasons. Brett Helton for the Party Animals against Correll Prime for the Bananas.
And it's 2 former minor leaguers at that. Helton previously in the Pirates organization. Prime was in the Colorado Rockies organization. For Brett Helton, some encouraging signs. Did not allow a ball 4 sprint in his last outing. The thing he has to focus on in today's contest is unpredictability. I think at times the Bananas, expecting the pitches that they're going to get from Brett Helton, should try and mix up that arsenal in today's game. And meanwhile, for Correll Prime, has controlled his controllables very well this season. Hasn't hit a batter nor allowed a home run this season. He's hoping that stays the same today.
Yeah, both guys that thrive when they are pounding the zone, which is always a key to success in Banana Land. Helton, a 5-pitch guy, Prime primarily 4 pitches, and everything moves. And they will get a lot of ground balls when both of them are at their best.
Well, Helton's going to be at his best when he's got his changeup working. For Correll Prime, we've noticed this season, the slider has been the most lethal pitch in his arsenal. And the last time Correll Prime was on the mound in Miami, Florida, he picked up 5 strikeouts against the Party Animals. Had some really good stuff going, and he's hoping to channel more of that strikeout stuff today, as he's also looking to lower that 4-minute and 57-second average minutes per inning mark.
It's going to be a really fun battle between those 2 behemoths and another big man in Banana Land stepping up to the mound. Malachi Mitchell. Folks, you ready to give him your voices?
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and potassium enthusiasts from around the world, today, you and thousands of your friends here live and millions more still watching at home have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Montana to Savannah, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another day at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. This is the time for all you fans here in Savannah, Georgia, to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports, ladies and gentlemen. This is Banana Ball.
Let's meet the starting lineup for your Savannah Bananas. Leading off the center fielder, number 5, DR the Doc Meadow. Batting second, the DH, number 19, Dan Supers. Batting third, the catcher, number 3, Eric Jones. In the cleanup spot, we call him Rat. Number 15, Robert Anthony Cruz. In right field, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiades. At shortstop, he is our glove magician, number 6, Ryan Cox. At third base, number 18, he does it all, Danny Hosley. At second base, number 4, Kyle K.J. Jackson. In left field, number 7, Ty Toothfly Jackson. And at first base, number 10, he's our our Pat Trickster, Alex Ziggy Ziegler. On the mound for your Bananas, number 11, Corral Prime. Your Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Viro Virant, Eric Fox, and Reginald Horton. Fans, please rise and remove your hats. Here to honor America with the singing of today's national anthem, please welcome Steve Colvin II. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Steve Colvin II.
You are watching Game 16 of the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour. The Party Animals are scorching hot. Winners of 6 of the last 8 and 4 straight here in historic Grayson Stadium. They lead the tour 8 games to 7. And this afternoon they go for the sweep. Ahead of the biggest game in Banana Ball history next Saturday in the home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where we will have 65,000 fans on hand in Raymond James Stadium. But let's stay where our feet are right now. Take a look at the Party Animals starting lineup. Reese Hampton, Noah Fisher, and Jake Skoldu up in the first. Andy Cosgrove cleaning it up. Then Chase Acuff and the birthday boy Bryson Bloomer. The bottom 4, Tanner Thomas, Armando Becerra, Dustin Baber, and Jason Swan.
And it's our birthday boy Bloomer, the Bananas have to look out for in today's game. Bloomer already with 8 runs batted in the month of March, connected with his first home run last night as well for the Party Animals, who also get a big boost with Jake Skoll back in the lineup, riding a 16-game hitting streak coming into play today.
Yeah, Scully with 14 extra base hits in 14 games played. He was at the wedding of his college roommate last night in Athens, Georgia, and the Party Animals were able to come away with the 4-2 win without the best offensive weapon on the tour. Happy birthday, Bloomer. Good to see his girlfriend Liv and company supporting him. It is a chilly one here once again in Savannah, as you can see. The folks are dressed appropriately out there. It's all about layers, as my Uncle Mark would say. Take a look at the numbers here for Correll Prime, the 6'5" starter on the mound for the Nanners.
Third start of the season for Correll Prime, running a 4-minute and 57-second average minutes per inning time this season. It's been longer in starts versus his relief appearances, but Prime struck out 5 batters in his last outing for the Savannah Bananas and has held the Party Animals to a .295 opponent's batting average this season. Again, he's got to look out for Bryson Bloomer, who's 3 for 5 against him this season. He's done the most damage.
And as it said on the graphic, Prime the second tallest man on the Bananas because Ryan Kellogg exists. Take a look at the Bananas defense today. Left to right in the outfield, Ty Jackson, D.R. Meadows, and Reese Alexiadis. Third to first in the infield, Danny Hosley, Ryan Cox, Kyle Jackson, and Alex Ziegler. Well, Eric Jones Jr. is handling the catching duties.
Last night, 9 different players had trick plays for the Savannah Bananas. We're hoping to see that once again today.
On the count of 3, I need everybody here to say as loud as you can, start the clock. 1, 2, 3! Showtime!
Showtime indeed, Mr. Shark. Reese Hampton here in his 4th World Tour. Former Tigers and Diamondbacks minor leaguer, one of the best hitters in our sport, the all-time hits leader. Slow start to year 4, but good sign last night. Led off the game with a home run, doubled in the 3rd inning, ended up 2 for 4, but lined out in his last at-bat. That is 3 for 4 when it comes to quality at-bats. And he's been swinging the bat better and better as of late.
Well, right now he's got a 13-game on-base streak and a 4-game hit streak for the Party Animals. Definitely feels like he's getting hot. And Chase Acuff actually predicted that Hampton was going to start to heat up offensively, setting the table for this team, as Prime has fallen behind 3-1 to start the afternoon.
Bouncer foul. And the count runs full. Prime primarily a 4-pitch guy. Sinker, cutter, slider, and changeup. Nothing is straight. And as the goal with any pitcher in banana ball, he is just trying to fill up the zone. Does a good job there. Goes to the sinker. Starts his afternoon with a strikeout.
Big first out for Correll Prime. A little dance celebration in front of the mound. You saw Eric Jones Jr. behind the plate. Pretty emphatic with a fist pump there. Excited to see Prime collect the strikeout after falling behind in the count to the Party Animal switch hitter.
Slider misses inside to Noah Fisher. And a slider for a strike. Fish has the batting average up to 286, reaching base at a 431 clip. And he has tied Jake Skoll for the tour lead with 20 runs scored. Every single game this year, he's been in the 2-hole. He's done a great job of getting aboard for the big boppers behind him.
In his last 6 games alone, Fisher has scored 12 runs for the Party Animals, consistently getting on. However, that's going to change. No! Seth Markham will call Fisher safe at the first base bag. It looks like the high throw from Hosley took Alex Ziegler off of the bag.
It's the only problem with starting Correll Prime on the mound when you don't have him at first. There's a lot less room for error for your infielders. A good call there by Markham. Looks like Ziggy came down on the bag right about when Fisher came through. Good look at the safety base right there too. This is the 4th game in banana ball history with that implemented. The fielder can only use the one in fair play. Runner has to use the safety base on a forced play getting to first, and then as soon as you run through the base, he can only be safe on the one that's in fair territory. Nasty changeup. All in 2 strikes now on Skoll, the tour leader in batting average, homers, doubles, triples, and of course tied with Fish for the run scored lead. See how much partying he did last night at the wedding? If he is crisp to start the afternoon, you bet. Of course he is. Backdoor slider, he sends it right back up the chute. And Skoll picks up right where he left off.
That extends the hit streak for Jake Skoll, now up to 17 games. And let's not forget, 2 Sundays ago in another day game here in Grayson, we saw Skoll collect the 2nd cycle of his banana ball career.
Here's the cleanup man, Andy Cosgrove, the tour leader in runs driven in. 25 RBIs on the year for the banana ball rookie. Former Twins minor leaguer is the Dunkin' Donuts batter of the game. That's going to be a pass ball on EJ. Slider certainly well outside, but pretty catchable. Maybe a cross-up. Looks like he just kind of whiffed on it. Cosgrove pops it right side in foul territory, room for Ziggy, and he'll grab it for the 2nd out.
Nice job by Alex Ziegler in foul territory, tracking down that pop-out. And Ziggy opts not to go for the trick play with 2 men in scoring position, trying to get his team a scoreless top half of the 1st. As now Chase Acuff comes to the plate.
Yeah, that's good banana ball feel right there from Zig, who's perfect on his 3 trick play attempts this year. Good take there by Acuff. That is a low strike call. He does not protest. Face another great offensive year so far. Doesn't bite on the slider there. Hitting .313. Had a little slump across the last few games. Broke out of it last night. And now ahead in the count 2-1. A couple guys out of the St. Pete area doing battle here in Savannah. Acuff from St. Petersburg. Prime from Bradenton. That scrapes the outside corner. Deuce is wild. Fisher off 3rd, Skoll from 2nd, and that one poked to shallow right. KJ cruising over, he'll grab it as Prime strands a pair of party animals in scoring position and escapes unscathed.
Prime went with the bender, threw Acuff off guard, a defensive swing, and it results in back-to-back pop-outs to help Prime escape trouble in the 1st.
Impressive stuff from Primetime. And now his partner in crime, Brett Hilton, takes over on the bump. These are guys who lived together here in Savannah. Lived together for 4 years in independent professional ball before that. 3 of them in Fargo-Moorhead. The last one in Milwaukee with the Milkmen. So happy to be reunited. And both have a lot of potential on the mound in banana ball when their stuff is at their best.
Yeah, and we saw Helton's stuff was very good when he started in Miami. Did not allow a ball four sprint. Hoping to channel the same as we get a look at the party animals defensively from left to right. Fisher, Hampton, and Skoll. It's Bloomer at 3rd, Acuff short, Baber 2nd, Swan at 1st in the battery today. Brett Hilton and Andy Cosgrove.
And the Bananas lineup that is looking to do some early damage. Jump out to their first lead in points this weekend. At the top, DR Meadows, then Dan Oberst and Eric Jones Jr. Rack cleaning it up. Then Super Reese, Cox, Hosley, KJ Ty, and Ziggy to round it out.
Well, this squad currently enters the game batting .338 against Brett Hilton this season, and Meadows at the top of the order, 4 for 8 against the party animals right-hander.
Look at the numbers for DR. He just keeps on hitting. This is his 3rd World Tour after he helped the Bananas secure their 2nd straight Coastal Plain League championship right here in this ballpark, summer of 2022. Joined the banana ball world in the summer series. Went from the infield to the outfield, and the rest is history. One of the best batters we've ever seen in the sport. Notched his 200th hit on Friday night. Behind 1 and 2 here. And he has to fight that one off. Big curveball, too close to take.
Yeah, back-to-back slow curves from Brett Hilton. Trying to throw off the timing of DR Meadows. He's gotten burned on a lot of fastballs in his career against Meadows. And was trying to do Some trickery with the off speed as he misses with the fastball high and outside.
This one bounced to Bloomer. He pulls off the professor over to first in time. Boy, he has ratcheted up the trick plays as of late. What a weekend for the Boomer.
And he's begun to play DR Meadows perfectly. A lot of hard hit choppers over to third. Bloomer there to record his 7th trick play in this series.
Now up to 19 on the tour as Dan Ober sends this deep to right. It's gonna bounce fair. Up against the wall on a hop. And Dan sliding into second with the double. Inning-winning run in scoring position, kind of a defensive swing. Perfectly placed. Landed in fair territory, hit the wall in foul territory. That's how close it was. Baseball, a game of inches. And of course, banana ball the same.
Well, across Ober's career, he's been so good at hitting for power to different parts of the field. Has good luck going to the opposite field this time, and now has an extra base hit. 4 of his first 5 games this month.
This one to Baber, fielded between the legs, whips it back behind the back, on the bounce, over to first. Another snazzy trick play from Derek Ginger as he gets the second out for Helton, and Oberst advances to third.
Party Animals grab a second trick play in the inning, but for Jones Jr., hitting that one over to the right side of the infield allows Oberst to advance to third. Set Robert Anthony Cruz up for a possible walk-off if he can find grass.
Peter in there for a strike.
Find AstroTurf, really.
That's right, yes. Rack has 6 walk-offs, tied for the tour lead. That is an inning-saving stop by Andy Cosgrove. Hilton acknowledges his backstop. Party Animal shift, Cruz to pull pretty heavily. One. This one the opposite way. Long run for Noah Fisher. Can't make the play. It bounces over the wall. A tour-leading 7th walk-off on the year for Rack. And the Nanners get their first lead of the series. They're up 1-0.
And it might have looked like Brett Helton banana balled himself right there. Got a little too caught up with Dan Oberst on third base, trying to play into some entertainment. Instead, a mistake pitch offered there to Robert Anthony Cruz, and drives another extra base hit to the opposite field for the Bananas in the inning to put them on the board first.
Kind of a carbon copy of Rack's game-tying 2-run double Sunday afternoon a week ago in Miami. From Drew Gillespie on the mound. Get a look at DR and Danny Oberst rocking their jerseys. You can have your very own by scanning this QR code right here, heading to the Banana Ball shop and getting involved. They will only be available until 11:59 p.m. tonight.
The best
so get them while they're hot.
And the best part about these player jerseys, you can get them in any size, and you've got your pick of any player on the Bananas and Party Animals, even the coaching staff.
Yeah, and shameless plug, if you check out Bico Rico Suave or Oh My Josh on Instagram, you can see what it looks like for us to have a couple player jerseys on. One of my favorite skits we've got to put together. Shout out our executive producer Yvonne Trezak on that one. And can't forget Sammy Bauman, who was performing as his alter ego Bam Salmon in that one. Another look at the Bryson Bloomer birthday sign as he comes up to the dish. 6, 7, 8 here for the Animals in the second, chasing a point. Bloomer, Thomas, and then Becerra due to swing it. Bryson, the showman of the night an evening ago. He did 2 for 4, 2-run homer his first time, scored a couple runs. Now ahead 2-0 here. Good to see Rodriguez and Ponce having fun in foul territory. Also good to see that Sexy Mexi has finally been freed from the cart there. It's a dolly?
Yes.
Dale. Yeah, good. This one rolled over. Let's see if it stays fair. It does not. Good move by Hosley. Fancy footwork as well. Would have been a base hit if it stayed in fair territory.
Great leave by Danny Hosley, especially considering Bloomer has been uber aggressive with his base running, leading the tour in stolen bases. That also includes his 3 steals of first this year.
Yeah, he's halfway to the tour record right there. Payoff pitch, he fouls it away. Gnarly sinker. Put up a 13-pitch battle in his final plate appearance last night against Rack on the mound. Nearly shot one through the 6-hole, robbed of a knock by EJ. This time, diving stop. Ryan Cox over to first, never had a chance. Well, Bloomer going back to the 6-hole. That time it works. He's aboard to lead off the second.
Well, 2 for 4 last night was impressive enough, but Bryson Bloomer saw 30 total pitches across his plate appearances.
Wow.
Was an incredibly pesky hitter and just took Correll Prime 7 pitches before coming away with the single.
Yeah, he's drawn a lot of arrows out of the proverbial quivers of the Bananas pitching staff. Not a fun guy to face right now for them. Tanner Thomas sends this one deep to left. Ty Jackson will track it down as Bloomer retreats back to first. And the celebration from Ty Two Fly here in his 4th year as a Banana.
He may not have grabbed the trick play, but nonetheless, when Ty makes a big play, you know that he's going to be very active and celebrate it in some form or fashion.
Here is his 2022 collegiate Bananas teammate, Armando Becerra. Batting average not where Mondo would like it right now, but he has been a great run producer. 12 RBIs, 5th most on the tour. Bloomer trying to get the timing here for Prime. Fake to steal. Slam the brakes. And Prime quick pitching is behind 3-1 now to Mondo. Now a deep breath. There goes Bloomer. And that is ball 4. Mondo gets the sprint. Weird call there from Vincent Chapman. What is he's saying it's a strike now? That made no sense. I guess he vocalized strike. He was pointing towards first base though. Normally it's 2 hands up with fists in the air to say that it's a sprint. Clearly had Becerra befuddled.
Yeah, confusing scenario. The Bananas are going to have time to get back into their usual positioning. But you see a shake no from Vincent Chapman before the call winds up reversed.
Yeah.
Now Prime comes set with his payoff, and Becerra battles it back foul.
Slider there on the 3-2. See what he goes with on this one. Bloomer fakes the steal. This one is going to be looped into right. Grayson goes station to station, gets to second just ahead of the throw from Alexiadis. Great battle there by Mondo. Now 2 on with 1 down.
2 of the first 3 batters now in the inning for the Party Animals had 7 pitch plate appearances that have resulted in base knocks. See if Baber can continue to stay pesky here against Prime. Launched his first home run last night.
Pops this one right side. And KJ is going to be called off by Reese. Shows off his speed. That's the second out for Prime. Well, the bottom of the order for the Party Animals is where Jason Swan makes his money. 4 straight Florida boys, Thomas, Becerra, Baber, and Swanee. Jason out of Jacksonville. And what a third world tour he is having. Does not play on the slider right there, hitting .292. His on-base percentage is .500. He's getting aboard every other time he gets to the plate. And he still boasts the remarkable 9 ball 4 sprints without striking out so far this year.
He has a .429 batting average with runners in scoring position with 2 ball 4 sprints as well.
Did he go around? We will check to first. Seth Markham says he did. So a 1-2 count Swan now in danger of that first K of the year. It's a nasty bender that Prime employs. See if he goes back to it. Fastball, and it is poked to right. Super Reese ranging over. He will snag it. And once again, Corel Prime works in and out of trouble. This time he strands runners on first and second.
With 2 outs and runners in scoring position, Prime has continued to induce these soft fly balls to get him out of trouble. It's back-to-back innings thrown in over 5 minutes, but hopefully gonna have a cleaner third inning of work.
Middle of the second inning, this is where we love to talk banana ball. And we're talking about our newest rule, the Golden Batter Rule. 1 time a game, the team can send any hitter in the lineup to bat in any spot. Of course, you want to get your best hitter up in a point that can really swing the momentum of a ball game or outright win it. And the Golden Batter can technically hit back-to-back in an inning if the team chooses to do so. DR Meadows did that earlier this year.
Yeah, and the Golden Batter's been especially effective for the Savannah Bananas this season. They're currently batting .444 when they've used that Golden Batter rule.
Wow.
Have a .500 on base percentage. It's Robert Anthony Cruz who's done a majority of the damage for this team.
Yeah, those are remarkable numbers right there, especially after last year, the first season that the Golden Batter rule was in effect. We saw numbers, for the most part, lower than you would expect for Golden Batter hitters. It's going to be 5, 6, and 7 for the Nanners here in the second. They lead 1-0, just need 1 run to double that lead. Alexiadis, Cox, and Hosley due to swing it against Helton. Reese kind of quietly is having a fantastic second tour, hitting .306, reaching base at a .444 clip. Takes that big looper in there to even up the count. He's leading the Bananas with 9 ball 4 sprints. He's only struck out 4 times, a massive improvement from last year.
Yeah, it feels like Reese's season is kind of falling under the radar. He's also collected 3 doubles and a home run this season for the Bananas, so over 30% of his total hits this season have gone for extra bases. And you see once again, he's ahead in the count.
Yeah, crazy movement on the 2-seamer there from Helton. Dangerous pitch, and it's a pitcher's pitch. Wow, dots it on the outside corner. Runs the count full. Alexiadis rifles this one to dead center. Reese Hampton turning and watching it bang off the wall as Reese will cruise into second with a double.
Another extra base hit for Alexiadis this season, 4th double of the tour, and we kind of got a bat flip. It was more of a bat throw, I would say, from Reese Alexiadis, who thought that one might have cleared the high wall. 385 to center field. Instead, he's on second for Ryan Cox, who has 5 walk-offs this season.
Well, that was nearly some Three Stooges type slapstick right there. The bat nearly took out our cameraman, Ian Schrift. This one tapped, Helton stabs, it goes between the legs, and will take care of it at first. As Alexiadis' smart base running would have been a dead duck if he headed to third, although Helton never really checked him, but it's not something you would expect from a former minor leaguer on the mound. He grabs his second trick play of the year. Here comes Danny Do-It-All. Shout out Charlie Boy. I look good. Spot the line. This one in on the hands. Alexiadis trying to race for third. Akoff guns him down. Smart play by the Animals shortstop to take care of the lead runner for the Nanners.
We saw the Bananas pull up that play on Friday night. It came with a trick play from Ryan Cox, but with the speed of Alexiadis, Akoff with no time to go between the legs, Instead had to get that over to Bryson Bloomer in just enough time to gun down Super Reese. A fielder's choice for Hosley. Now the inning in the hands of Kyle Jackson.
KJ the other way. Acuff making the call. He will tap it up. Anybody coming in? Oh, look out, boys. Hampton makes the play. Somehow avoids a dangerous collision with Fish. And Acuff will grab the trick play there with a major assist from his center fielder.
The Party Animals stumbling, tumbling in shallow center field, but it's Reese Hampton, an inning-saving play. Wow, how about that extension to come away with the catch and keep the Bananas off the board? Yeah, sun's out, tongue's out.
Oh my goodness. Banana Band blasting away. Sean McBride and the boys hanging out in the grandstands. Boy, we are blessed to be able to say sun's out, tongue's out today. We thought it was going to be raining all afternoon. We're going to knock on linoleum up here.
Good work.
Yeah, ooh, look out, Nico. Looks like I actually have some wood to bang on. So far, so good. And our game's flying by. The Bananas lead 1-0. And happy that Sexy Saxon Company, a couple of guys get to blast away from outside of the precipitation protection the grandstand offers. By the way, in case you want a little bit of insight on what it looks like to hit the town with the Savannah Bananas, Danny Hosley's Dance with the Boys in the background. That is what was happening at Social Club a couple Sundays ago. It's like 45 minutes straight of that. Guys, just the guys being dudes together.
So you were conscious to be able to see that, huh?
I was, yeah. It was towards the end of the night, it's hazy. But yeah, we did just guys getting after it. Seeing who can outdance each other. It's like some real Footloose stuff. This one rolled over, foul from Reese Hampton. Kick off the third inning at the top of the order. Fisher and Skoll due to swing it after the pride of Charlotte, North Carolina. Struck out swinging his first time. Only K of the game so far for Prime. This one off the end of the bat. Meadows still has to backtrack and will get it behind the back. Nice trick play there by the doctor to start the third.
Sweet trick play in center field for DR Meadows. Plenty of time to size this one up with the launch angle there and come away with a behind the back grab. Now has a trick play in all 3 games in this series.
He is one behind Dustin Baber. Currently 4th on the tour. Baber holding down 3rd with those 28 trick plays. And we're going to get a little 3-2-2 action. Prime with KJ Cox and DR behind him. Prime has respectfully been begging for a 3-2-2. Bodies it. Oh my gosh, that's a good looking pitch. Does not get the call.
Well, a weekend ago, we got his first career walk up to the plate. Coming up to welcome to Miami. Now he gets his first 3-2-2. Really close call there.
And he's been going to the best for advice. Was talking to Jackson Olsen about the walk-up. Got word he was talking to Cowboy Kyle Lewigs about the 3-2-2. He's a student of the game. Just because he spent 7 years in minor league baseball, Fulmore, and independent pro ball doesn't mean that he is trying to be the best at every single aspect of banana ball. As this 3-2 is spoiled, Ziggy's going to give it a look, but it'll sail into the stands, not caught.
Prime's second time through the order. Really hasn't switched up the game plan here against the Party Animals. Has been very effective, continuing to set up pitches on the outside part of the plate to both lefties and righties. Goes outside here against Fisher and will miss away. Fish off to the races, but he'll slam on the brakes. Only one base for the Party Animals left fielder.
Testament to the control of Prime and Helton so far today. That's the first sprint for either side. The Bananas defensively get it to all 7 fielders behind the pitcher and catcher in short order, so Fisher doesn't try to grab an extra base. You don't want to run into an out when you've got Jake Skoll hitting behind you. Scully singled up the middle to start his afternoon. Every time he fouls a ball off, you almost certainly see him smell the bat. Something he picked up across his 7-year minor league baseball career. You'll see lots of guys doing it in the bigs as well. This one's scolded, foul.
Maybe you can channel some Jose Constanza, former Braves outfielder, used to lick his bat occasionally.
Prime ahead in the count. The 1-2. And another chopper foul. Another 1-2, fouled away. This has been a major improvement in Skoll's game. His two-strike approach has been terrific here in his 5th World Tour.
Yeah, he's cut down on his strikeout rate quite a bit, the kind of advanced metrics you want to see from one of the best hitters on tour. But struck out twice on Friday night. It was very rare. Avoids the K here as he skies one to left field. Ty Jackson is sizing it up and will tip it to himself and come away with the catch behind the back. Second outfielder for the Bananas with a behind the back grab in the inning.
Ty starts it off with the tip drill. Shades of Armando last night. Oh, 360 worked in there as well. And fired up as per usual. Where he was going buck wild in the locker room before the game, as was the entire Bananas team. Robert Anthony Cruz has already released some video on Instagram across his Coach Rack and Rack Reacts accounts. That was really after most of the madness had dissipated. It's Bill Leroy just still losing his mind. Featuring Dan Oberst. 2-0 count here on the Dunkin' Donut batter. Fisher takes off, pitches wide, throw from EJ. Guns him down. Strike from Eric Jones Jr. And Fisher caught stealing for the first time this year.
Beautiful throw from Eric Jones Jr. 4th time he has caught a man stealing this season. In limited games behind the plate, the arm has been especially impressive as Prime throws up a 5-minute and 1-second inning, and we go down to the field for our Bananas Foster family of the game.
To raise awareness and support this community, we created Bananas Foster, the official nonprofit of Banana Ball. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Today, we are celebrating the Goncharenko family. Dimitri, Campbell, and their 2 biological children have been a licensed foster family for less than a year. In Georgia, there are over 11,000 children and teens in foster care, and this family believes that every child deserves the love of a family. In 10 months, they have already welcomed 2 incredible children into their home and continue to make a difference. Fans, please help us celebrate this wonderful family that's making a difference right here in our foster care community.
Another big shout out to the Goncharenko family. Dimitri and Campbell doing yeoman's work here in Chatham County. Get some bonus time there with K. Jack, Nate Tellier with a present for the kids. Expect to see Tellier on the mound out of the bullpen here this afternoon, which will be exciting. He's starting to find his footing in his rookie banana ball campaign. Another former minor leaguer, and probably the hardest thrower we have now here in 2025. Looks like Brett Helton's finding his groove, pitching with a toothpick here as he looks to begin his third inning on the mound.
Well, I think the plan is for Mike Vivacis to try and give Brett Helton 5 innings of work in today's game. It seems like that's going to be very possible. Just 22 pitches for Helton through the first 2 frames. And that last inning, which was scoreless, was tossed in 2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Helton, a 5-pitch guy, 4-seam, 2-seam and cut fastballs, a changeup and a curveball. He'll goof around with arm angles and faces off against Ty Jackson. The 176 batting average is misleading. He's got a 364 on base percentage, has 5 ball 4 sprints compared to just 3 Ks. Oh my gosh. What? Oh, Vincent, what's the call? He did call it a strike. He said strike, then tried to rescind it, and then said, wait, no, I said strike, so it's 0-1. And Ty fouls this off, it's 0-2. Oh, man. It's been all over the place this afternoon.
Well, it really puts Ty behind in this fight. The count remains 0-2. Vincent making sure everybody very aware of it. Meanwhile, everything is looking good for Brett Helton, singing and dancing there on the pitcher's mound.
I've never seen that before in my life. 0-2. Good take, Ty. Oh, my goodness. Ty's enjoying it.
I think Ty gave Vincent a hug and let him know it's okay.
It is. Funny business from Helton. And this one chopped foul. Talking to Dan Oberst before the game. It was a fastball that he thought was outside. Vincent Chapman called a strike. Dan said he turned around. He said, I love you, Vince. Nothing but love. He's got the toughest job in Banana Land. There's no reason to truly give the guy gruff. He said what he wanted to say with his eyes and said what his heart felt with his mouth. Maceo Harrison doing what Maceo does, and Ty continues to do what he does. Tough cookie at the dish.
6 pitches right now in this plate appearance. Now Helton coming with pitch number 7 to the Bananas number 7.
Another 1-2. Helton drops down and he gets the K. Looks like he went to a changeup submarine. Nasty stuff for his first punch out.
Switched up the arm angle, and the punch out means Brett Helton can pull out one of his favorite dances, the red light, green light, to celebrate all of his teammates getting involved. That includes his battery mate, Andy Cosgrove. Great sequencing from Helton as well. The pitch before that changeup went with the heater, then slowed down the bat of Jackson.
Well, that is the longest strikeout celebration you get in Banana Ball. Deservedly so for the man here in his 3rd World Tour. And now Alex Ziegler gets his first tax of the afternoon. Working in the 10-hole, holding down first base today. 1 for 11 on the year. Still looking for his first career Banana Ball home run. He puts plenty out every day in batting practice. He's flirted with it a few times. Oh, tried to do it right there.
The good thing for Alex Ziegler is he can try and swing hard, considering he knows Helton pounds the zone so consistently. However, the 1-1 pitch runs inside of Ziggy, clips him, but he looks like he's all right. Eye in his hand, but trotting down to first base, and it looks like the Bananas are quickly going to replace him with Malachi Mitchell, their designated runner, the fastest man in Banana Ball.
Helton was eyeing Ziggy suspiciously, wondering if he pulled the Derek Jeter. Ball off the knob of the bat, faking that he was hit. And I think Ziggy did truthfully get clipped. There goes Flash, throw from Cosgrove into center field. Well, he had to avoid D.R. Meadows there. Could have been a batter's interference call on it. Vincent Chapman has pulled it out a couple times in his Banana Ball umpiring career. I think it's just really where the pitch took Cosgrove there. D.R. didn't move. Now 1-1. Flash with his team leading 6th steal. The inning-winning run in scoring position now. Big swing and a miss on the changeup. And goes to that subby change that he got Ty swinging on. DR doesn't bite though.
What's worked for him early on this afternoon has been going to the off speed with 2 strikes while also switching up the arm angles. Now his 2-2 delivery will miss high to Meadows. Count runs full, a ball 4 sprint. We bring in Mitchell and score another point in the ballgame for the Bananas.
There it is, fastball misses. Milton screams in disgust. And Flash will race Gillum to the dish. The Doctor ties Robert Anthony Cruz atop the walk-off leaderboard, 7 apiece. The Manners up 2-0. Tossed on down to Garrett Lampert.
We have Tommy and Jacob and their lovely ladies, and here's what's going to happen. Our strapping gentlemen are going to have to run to second base, pick up their lovely ladies, sweep them right off their feet, and carry them all the way home. The first couple there is going to be tonight's winner. Savannah, Georgia, this is Swept Off Your Feet. Tommy, Jacob, on your mark, get set, go! They're neck and neck. Jacob is the first one, carrying Miss Melody, getting to third base. He seems to be slowing down. No, he put her down. Oh my goodness, what is this? Oh, we have a fall. Melody is carrying Jacob, taking him home. Savannah, Georgia, help her out, let her hear ya. Oh my goodness, they ran away with it. She made it. Give it up for your winners, Melody and Jacob.
Another look at the epic tumble going into third base. And Kyle Perry will take over for Correll Prime, who had a fantastic start. 3 scoreless innings with a K, 2 points earned for Prime. And now KP tries to take the baton and find more success.
Yeah, the Bananas have got to be happy with what they just got from Correll Prime. Did not allow a home run or hit another batter yet again this season. And for KP, out for the 8th time this season, was handed the loss on Friday night as he came into the 8th inning, allowed 2 runs to the Party Animals, and that was the deciding point in the ball game. But he's hoping he can piggyback off of the strong start from Prime and continue to pound the strike zone, as Gillum and Adam Byron both said before the season started, this is a guy they expected to be one of the best strike throwers on the team.
4, 5, and 6 for KP. Andy Cosgrove sends this one out to left and jumping behind the back, tumbling face first into the turf. Ty Jackson, you are out of your mind.
Now that is an emphatic celebration from Ty Jackson, and one of the wilder trick plays we've seen from an outfielder this season was trying to channel what looked like DR Saquon Barkley. Didn't get it through the legs, but that is a stellar play from the Bananas rookie.
Well, that's one of the more entertaining behind-the-back catches in Banana Ball history. Who else but Ty? So that was something else. Vincent Chapman going out to check Kyle Perry for sticky stuff, takes the banana ball, and now he's boogieing. Cute little dance there for KP as well. I heard that's how everybody dances out in Omaha, Nebraska. I question who had the better moves, Vincent Chapman or Kyle Perry.
I think I'm still sticking with Vincent on this one.
I really like what KP had going on there. This one smacked the other way. What a scoop. 360 for KJ over to first in time. Robs Acuff of a knock. That's a couple quick outs for Perry.
Yeah, not even a minute into the inning when you subtract the time that Vincent was dancing on the pitcher's mound. Yeah, Time to see if Perry can record that first sub-2-minute inning in his banana ball career.
He's got to get through Bryson Bloomer, who breaks his bat and is going to dunk it into left center. The bat dies a hero, and Bryson's got the short end of it at first base. Mava has the barrel, crying to the skies. Why, oh why, when Bryson is red hot, does he lose his trusted weapon? Well, Bloomer's 2 for 2. I suspect he'll stay just as hot with the next bat he grabs. Fastball looked pretty good. KP doesn't get the call. This one to KJ, backflip! No time to make the out at first, though. Tanner Thomas digging down the line. Perry says, that's my bad.
Yeah, the first time you've really seen the infielder backflip after fielding the banana ball, and it took KJ too long to commit to ripping that one as Thomas continued to hustle down the line. Finds himself reaching on the trick play missed. Now Armando Becerra is ahead in the count as KP can't get the call on that low outside corner.
We'll see if KP can pick up KJ. Boy, those are 2 good-looking pitches. Perry does not get either call. And just misses there. He is right around the zone. 3-0 though. And that one, well, that was the worst pitch of the plate appearance. So an unearned run for Perry. Bloomer is going to score from second. 17th run scored, and he gets to Party Rock. Well, hold on, here's Shark.
It's Bloomer's birthday. So here's what I need everybody to do. On the count of 3, we're going to say happy birthday, Bloomer. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Bloomer.
You're great at following directions, Josh.
You're terrible at it. What the heck, man?
Well, that's what you get when Sean Fluke's your teammate. And now they party rock. And Bloomer desecrates the cake that his girlfriend Liv purchased for the surprise. I don't think he knew where the cake came from. Hopefully he does not get any grief for it.
And of course, Sean Fluke's the first guy going after that bad boy. He's hungry. It's his off day.
I watched Tanner Thomas hide that cake in the fridge in the Bananas locker room, because obviously if it was in his locker room, there's Liv boogieing, then Bloomer probably would have been wise to it. So Tanner went into enemy territory, hid the cake, all for that big surprise, and then Bryson slams it right into his face. That's what you get when you are dating a party animal, and good work by Zach Frangelo.
Attaboy.
Not the hero we deserve, but the one we need.
Don't all wear capes, you know. Sometimes they wear a headset.
Well, runners on the corners. Dustin Baber takes the slider all the way to the backstop. Scoring is Thomas, and Baber will swipe first. His second steal of first on the tour. And now 2 runs across for the Animals. Both of them unearned on Perry.
Yeah, it's tough sledding for Kyle Perry. 5 straight bad ones. And it just makes that trick play miss from KJ Jackson sting even more. Cena has to work out of trouble against Jason Swan in his second game back from injury.
Now a ball and a strike on Swan. Now 1-2. Swan pulled his hamstring on a double off the Green Monster at Fenway South down in Fort Myers. A quick recovery though. And a check swing. Good job, Swan. That was too close to take. Still trying to stay strikeout-less here in 2025. There's the slider, and Kyle Perry ends the streak. Vico with the broadcast jinx. And Swan finally down on strikes.
Good pitch by Perry going back low against Swanee. We get one more look at Bryson Bloomer, the death of that baseball bat. Oh, that is a heartbroken Mike Bavasis. But you know what probably put a smile on Baba's face? Yeah, the cake right in the face of Bryson Bloomer.
You know what I missed when it happened live is we now hey baby here in historic Grayson Stadium. I missed the misdirection of the attempt at a tap out of Bloomer's hands. Of course, great grip strength. You'd expect nothing less from the Boomer. He holds on. Looks like he was tickled by the attempt, and then that's when Fluke struck. Excellent timing. Man, what an amazing crowd we have on hand today. A testament to all the Banana Ball fans out there. This is just about as bad a forecast as you could draw up. It was on and off, pouring and drizzling all day. When Josh and I were out on the party plaza, I would put that in the pretty close to pouring department on the rain standpoint.
You wouldn't even get out there in the rain. You were very worried about your hair today.
No, I got out there.
Sure, pal.
I did. It's a fact.
I mean, a little bit.
Yes, a little bit. I didn't get out there a lot. With all of the precipitation, going to add on to it artificially. Franz back out there on pie cleanup duty. Long story short, it's cold. It has been very wet. And the fans got soaked in the Party Plaza pregame. But another sold-out crowd. 397th straight time in Banana Land, 245 of them occurring at home here in Savannah. It warms the heart. That's what this whole thing is about. It's all about the fans. And we would not be here without them. Well, the Bananas, after dropping the first two games of this set and falling behind in the season series against the Party Animals for the first time since we were 3 games in. It's been a great first 3 innings, mostly on the backs of 3 scoreless from Corral Prime. But the trick play missed with 2 outs extends the top of the 4th. The Party Animals, as they've done so well all tour, capitalize on the mistake. Push 2 runs across. And for the first time tonight, Brett Helton has the opportunity to earn a point.
Yet in innings where he's entered with the lead, he has 6 holds in 10 opportunities. 5 of those 6 holds he's been able to convert with a multi-run lead. So things looking very good for the righty on the mound. He's ahead of Oberst, 1-2.
Those were some new moves from Maceo, pulling off the Tate McRae there. Mace is always evolving. A little quick pitch sidearm action from Helton turned out to be an ugly offering. Oberst doubled his first time, peppered a ball off the right field wall, came around to score the inning-winning run. Hey, Mace. That one misses the outside corner. That one's pretty similar right there to the pitch that was called a strike on Dan last night that he very lightly took offense to.
That's pretty apoplectic, huh, buddy?
For Brett Helton, yes. Yeah, he would have liked if Chapman gave him strike 3. Instead, it's a payoff to a dangerous man. And Oberst chops it to Acuff, fielded between the legs, 360 behind the back. Swanee behind the back, catch tumbling to his tuchus at first. One of the best double trick plays you'll ever see.
The Party Animals had 4 double trick plays last night. They grab another in today's contest as the fans have decided to pop their confetti and challenge this play to see if Swanee successfully stayed on the bag.
Well, you can't take the challenge home with you. I think this is close to as good a play as you'll ever get to challenge. We'll get another look. We get to see Acuff's fancy work at short, and that call is confirmed. Call stands. Good job, Swanee.
For the review, the ruling on the field stands.
Swan kind of looking like a receiver in the corner of the end zone. Tracking his heel, though, instead of the toe. Makes sense. He's got a lot of impressive football players in the family. As EJ has a 1-0 count now. His cousin is Devin Hester, the legendary returner and wide receiver for the Bears, Falcons, and Ravens. Swanee's cousin is Jethro Pugh, 14-year Dallas Cowboys defensive tackle, 2-time Super Bowl champ. And of course, played football in his youth as well. Played it through middle school, but baseball was always #1 for Swan growing up in Jacksonville.
Well, like a good receiver, Swanee had to make the adjustment. Usually first basemen expect the balls to come around the hip, around the belt. And Swanee will not have an opportunity to receive a proper throw from Bryson Bloomer, who tries to field this between the legs. Comes up empty, the ball squirts behind him. It's a trick play missed for Bloomer.
Yeah, just got it off the wrist there. Flinged out of the mitt. Gives the Bananas an opportunity here. Robert Anthony Cruz represents the inning tying run. Oh my gosh. Fouls that one off of Andy Cosgrove, who is okay, but shaken up.
That is a swing so powerful, mind you, that the crowd here in Grayson Stadium just took a collective gasp.
We have to stop play. But Maceo never stops. He's blowing the whistle, coach at first base. Rack smoked an RBI double out to left center his first time. One hop over the wall. And rolls this one over. Helton will grab it, flips it behind the back, and he pulls Swan off the base. Oh man, this could have been a 1-2-3 inning. But back-to-back trick plays means there are 2 on and still just 1 out.
Yeah, it's already a tough play for Helton to have to make, especially considering the hustle from Cruz coming out of that left-handed batter's box. Tried to get tricky with it, and I don't think had enough juice on the throw to begin with, as it also took Swanee off that bag.
Called strike to Reese Alexiadis. Changeup bounces out of Cosgrove's glove. Reese doubled off the center field wall his first time. Boy, and Helton tricked his catcher. He was trying to fool Alexiadis, was dancing and then quick pitched. And Andy doesn't like the banana ball. He said it's been rolling around in the whipped cream and cake. So we're gonna get a new one.
No context banana ball moment.
And a mighty swing and a miss on the change. This one, bounce takeoff, could be 2. Bounces it behind his back to Baber, flipped over to first, not in time. Chase nabs his second trick play of the inning. And the Bananas still have a chance here.
Chase Jacobs had a couple bounce passes in this series, but none have come behind the back like the one we just saw to Dustin Baber. Party Animals are able to grab a second out, but Cox bats with runners on the corners, still the Bananas leader in batting average.
Comes in hitting .415. Slapped one back up the middle his first time, was robbed of a hit by Helton. Cox came into the game tied with Meadows and Cruz for the tour lead in walk-offs. DR and Rack have both already won innings. Cruz the first, Meadows the third, so Cox trying to join the party. A lot of shakes from Helton. Finally on the same page with Cosgrove. There goes Alexiadis. And the pitch is wild. Cox is going to steal first. EJ comes in to score a run. And Helton not thrilled with himself, but the Party Animals still do lead the inning.
With Alexiadis getting such a great jump and Helton not trying to catch him at second base. He advances all the way to third on the wild pitch. Now Alexiadis is the inning-tying run at third base. Danny Hosley trying to extend the rally, and the Bananas have the go-ahead run in the form of Flash the Kid at first base, running for the second time today.
1-0 count here on Danny Hosley, who has 2 walk-offs this year. There goes Flash. Cosgrove will just pump fake. Malachi with his second steal of the afternoon. And a 2-0 count on Danny Do-It-All. This should do it though. Reese Hampton moseying over, and we'll make sure he secures this one. Well, the Animals defense made it exciting, but they hold on for a 2-1 inning win and cut the lead in half for the Nanners. 4 innings in, and boy, what a wonderful day in Banana Ball history. This was a year ago in Houston. Noah Fisher and Cowboy Kyle with some tremendous walk-ups. EJ and Swan both left the yard. Jason Swan doing it against the 7-time Cy Young Award winner Roger Clemens. We also had the 3-time All-Star Roy Oswalt make his Banana Ball debut. Josh Reddick came back in action. Zach Phillips threw the then fastest inning in history at 55 seconds. And in the bottom of the 9th tie game, Drew Gillespie got Ryan Cox to foul out to Drew's older brother Michael. The Bananas did end up walking it off in that frame, but it was a legendary first ever Banana Ball game in a big league park.
It was a stellar game. It truly lived up to the hype, and what you don't want to forget is that a point was scored in every single inning of play that night. It was truly a back and forth affair and a memorable one for the Savannah Bananas.
Houston will be the final MLB stadium on this year's tour, and leading off here in the top of the 5th inning, Reese Hampton, who started off last night's game with a solo shot, and no doubt about it. Excellent bat flip, and he tells the Bananas, hey, I can count, it's 1-0. Bad boys are in front.
It was his second home run of the season, his first that left the yard after he had it inside the Parker on opening night. Now he's batting from his natural right-handed side, which he's told us gives him more power at the plate.
Can't connect on the curve there from Perry. Now 1-2, he's breaking out the old curly. Excellent pitch. Hampton does not bite. Set up perfectly by the bender that preceded it. And now this one, diving stop, Danny Hosley to his feet, over to first. In time, Ziggy comes down on the bag just ahead of Hampton.
We saw early in the ballgame a high throw from Hosley pulled Ziggy off the bag. They were unable to get the out. This time, Ziggy with enough time to get back to that first base bag coming down and secure the out before Hampton could reach. Great play by Hosley over at the hot corner for the Nanners.
And excellent work from Ziggy on the other side of the diamond as well. Showing off his athleticism. 2 balls and a strike here on Noah Fisher. Foul tips that one. He was trying to do some damage. Ended up in EJ's mitt. And this one to Hosley. He'll bounce it behind the back to the bare hand. Over to Zig. And that one once again over his head. Fish looking for 2 bases. He's going to have them. Boy, Hosley continues to be thrown to first like he's got prime over there. And Ziggy's got pretty good jumps, but not close to enough to snag the airmail right there.
Well, he entered today's contest perfect in his trick play tries, but has 2 missed today for the Bananas. And hoping he doesn't cost Kyle Perry another run in this inning like we saw from Kyle Jackson in the 4th.
2-0 here on Skoll. Osley now 13 for 15 on the tour in his trick play tries. And 3 balls, no strikes. Jake taking all the way. It's a pitcher's pitch and a hitter's count. So Perry goes 2 on the 3-1. Fastball, it is bounced to Kyle Jackson. It eats him up though. Can't recover. And it'll be an E4. That is a rare sight for the normally sure-handed KJ.
Kind of rare to see on this AstroTurf surface. It almost looked like it took a weird skip on KJ as he was receiving that banana ball. Runners now on the corners. Andy Cosgrove, today's Dunkin' Donuts batter of the game, is up at the dish and ahead 1-0.
Turf monster, maybe with the precipitation. Little extra English on that one. Looks like it just rolled up K-Jack's arm. This is a spot where Andy Cosgrove has thrived. Thought he was getting the bender there. It was a fastball. He's behind 1-2. 0 for 2 on the day.
Batting 13 for 26. That's 500 with runners in scoring position this season. A key reason he's the Tour's RBI leader. And that's an impressive take on the 1-2.
There is the bender. Cosgrove spoils it. Fans want donuts. And the back foot bender skips away from EJ. Fisher's going to score. And Skoll up to second. And we're going to have our 3rd edition this weekend of How Animals Eat Their Food. This time we get the alligator. Great crowd we have this afternoon. That was a lot of laughs for a silly throwback YouTube bit. Just warms the heart, and now they're back into the donut chants. Poor home plate. That was covered in salad. Payoff pitch, high to left, but shallow. Cox is out. He'll make the call. And we'll tip it up and take it with the bare hand for the trick play. And out number 2.
Cox grabs a trick play for the Bananas. And the Party Animals dugout did a pretty massive job communicating to Jake Skoll. There are not 2 outs, only 1 out. They directed him back to the second base bag. He was almost doubled up there had he not gotten some communication from his teammates.
Good work from the Peanut Gallery. Now Chase Acuff was popped out and grounded out, both to second base. Looking for some insurance in the 5th. Behind 1-2, Perry has done an excellent job, for the most part, of jumping ahead of the Party Animals. This is where he'll find a ton of success. And freezes Chase on the heater. Perry rings the bell. Gets his 2nd K of the day.
The outside corner hasn't gotten as many called strikes as the pitchers would like. Perry goes inside to Acuff and gets the strikeout looking to end the frame. But the Party Animals looking to nab a 2nd straight point. As we go down to the field, Maceo and the boys doing a little player dance.
superb job from Mace with Flash, Niz, Donnie, and Philly. Having a lot of fun out there as well. Going to be 8, 9, and 10 in the order for the Bananas. First the Jacksons, Kyle and Ty, and then Ziggy do up third. And a 5th inning of work for Brett Helton, who's gonna have some help from Mark Smith. Looks like it's gonna be a Ratatouille pitch. Party Animals' designated runner is pulling the hair, controlling Mr. Helton, and yeah, it did not work. Well, maybe we will try that one again some other day.
Maybe it works in the kitchen. I'm not sure it works out on the pitcher's mound.
I think the legs obstructing Helton's arm movement is probably a big part of that problem. I think if we could train a rat to do it, it would work in Banana Ball. We'll work on that for now. KJ poking this the other way. Fisher moseying over, tipping it up, and he's gonna knee it into a hibachi snag on the glove. New twist on the tip drill. Fun stuff, Fish.
It's almost like you'd expect to see Noah Fisher on a soccer field with what we just saw. Knee right to the balance on that glove. That is a creative twist on the tip drill.
Yeah, that's the pregame hacky sacking coming in clutch right there. I was blessed to get to join a bunch of the Party Animals and one of their assistant coaches, Thomas Simino, for a sack session before yesterday's game. Now Jake Skoll, what do you got, buddy? He's gonna try to trap it against the glove. Comes up empty, and Ty Jackson's got 2 bases on the missed trick play. And as always, hamming it up. Wow, hey, Ty! It's a family show, man. Come on. But I understand it. Get on base for the first time in a ball game, it feels so special. Dalton Malden, pinch hitting here for Ziggy. He represents the inning-winning run. Winning tying run is in scoring position. As this one is rolled over to Bloomer, whips it between the legs, over to first in time, and Ty is gonna go from second to third. Heads up base running. Jackson, of course, a product of the Green Light Special base running system of Tyler Gillum. This is his 4th year under Gillum's tutelage. Pressure burst pipes. Make the defense make a perfect play, and Ty got such a good jump there. No perfect play from Swan, would have had a chance in the world to nab him.
Ty was nearly taking off before Bloomer even threw the ball over to first base. Went with the lower difficulty trick play, classic between the legs to make sure they could grab a second out. But Helton has to contend with DR Meadows up to the dish. Already a ball 4 sprint in this ball game, and ahead 2-0.
Make it 3-0. Well, the 1-0 pitch looked pretty good. Vincent Chapman said it was high. Helton did not love the call. And that is 4 straight bad ones. So Ty can trot home. DR is going to respect the sprint defense by the Party Animals. Oh, Ty. A casual split there. And DR with his 2nd sprint and 2nd run driven in of the afternoon. Well, it's the missed trick play that gave the Bananas an extra life in the 5th. They capitalize. And, whoa, Dan doesn't love that call.
Again, that outside corner hasn't been getting a lot of calls from Chapman, but he's going to give it to Helton here on the first pitch to Oberst, who then goes to what looked like the slow curve, and Dan spits on it.
Wow, it is a mighty swing and a miss on the 2-seamer. Helton a strike away from escaping without allowing a point here. Trying to pick up his defense. another great take by Dan, that time on the slider. This one softly to Bloomer, charging over to first. No, funny business. Takes care of Oberst. And the 5th inning ends knotted at 1 run each. Still a 2-1 Bananas lead in points.
Yeah, tough trick play missed for Jake Skull and the Party Animals as they're unable to even up this ball game. But still a close one through 5 innings of play.
We salute all the service members, both past and present, here in Savannah. And we will look ahead to what we have in just 6 days' time, the first ever NFL stadium for Banana Ball. It's going to be a special one down in Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, home of the Buccaneers. There will be over 65,000 fans. And this picture released yesterday shows you what the field will look like. It is going to be an insanely unique game, and I think the energy is going to be unbelievable.
Only makes you more excited for what we're about to witness. It's going to be the loudest crowd we have ever had for a Banana Ball game, and some of the wildest dimensions as well. Our friends at Netting Pros putting up some nets to try and help even out the dimensions, which could also force Mike Babasis, Tyler Gillum, and Adam Byron to get very creative with the defensive adjustments in that ball game.
Yeah, it bears repeating, but real quick, as you look at the numbers here for Andy Archer, it's 237 feet to the right field foul pole. That Netting Pros 50-foot net will go from the pole to the 50-yard line. Then it's going to be 422 to dead center and 354 to left. Very different world over there for the right-handed hitters than the lefties. And Archer, the second man out of the pen, taking over for KP.
Yeah, Archer climbing the hill for the 6th time this season. He was phenomenal in Miami, allowed just 1 hit across 2 2/3 innings of relief, but allows a base knock on his first pitch of the afternoon. Bryson Bloomer with one right up the chute.
It's so fun to watch Bloomer when he's doing this. He's 3 for 3 with 3 singles today. Makes it a lot more fun for Tanner Thomas. He's had a man aboard each trip to the dish. So far 0 for 2, a fly out. Did reach on a trick play missed from Kyle Jackson his last time. K-Jack has moved from second to third. Dalton Malden in at second base. EJ has moved from behind the plate to first base, and Bill Leroy has taken over behind the plate. And also Robert Anthony Cruz in at left field, moves from the extra hitter spot to take over defensively for Ty Jackson. So Ryan Cox at short, D.R. Meadows in center, Reese Alexiadis in right, the only guys who did not move or have their position changed on them. 2-2 count here on Thomas now. There goes Bloomer. Pitch is inside, throw from Leroy, not in time. Bloomer swipes his tour-leading 11th bag. He's only been caught once.
Well, immediately into the ball game, the Party Animals test Bill Leroy, a good throw down, but Ryan Cox having to get creative, adjusting to get that tag on Bloomer. And we're gonna take a look at this one on replay review.
Well, the way Bryson's hanging out there at second reminded me of my ASMR interview with him the summer of 2021. And it's going to be tough to tell on this angle. We've got another one for us here, all right. We can't really
Not going to be able to tell
either.
with that angle either.
Hey, how about a third? Yeah, also can't tell. All right, we've got 20 seconds left to deliberate. Maybe we can go back. Yeah, that's what I figure. If anything could possibly overturn it, it might be this one. No. Bang, bang. Looks like a tie. Can't see anything decisive for us. It's got to be clear evidence to overturn. We do not have that.
Call stands.
Call stands.
All right, fans, after further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Andy Archer agrees. Dalton Malden and Ryan Cox with Bloomer will all get up, get back to their positions. So the Boomers' 11th steal of the year stands. Now Dalton between the legs over to first in time. That is a productive out, though, from Thomas. And that's good baseball right there. Pulled it to the right side. Gets Bloomer to third with just one out now.
Productive out for Tanner, but Andy Archer, after having to pause due to the replay review, still able to pound the strike zone there. It's always the possibility you kind of lose your mojo and control on the pitcher's mound. Good job by Arch executing and getting the ball put in play rather than offering up a sprint.
This one slapped the other way, right to KJ. Good piece of hitting by Mondo, just hit it to the wrong spot. That's a big second out. And looks like we're gonna have something special coming up here with Dustin Baber. Oh yeah, of course, it's his third trip to the dish, so he's gonna drink a beer. I'm not saying it's not special, but we do get it every ball game, and this time it's a new song. That's pretty fun. We are carry the one, 8 days away from St. Patty's Day here in Savannah, which is the biggest holiday of the year in the 912. And for the first time in 3 years, we are not on the road, so Banana Land's gonna be going bonkers downtown. I have spent one St. Patty's Day in Savannah. It was 2021. The parade was still not in effect, too close to COVID times. But boy, was it a lot of fun down there either way. Holy moly. Don't think I'll make it to Saddlebags, but Bananas and Party Animals so often bring saddlebags to us. That's a twist on the line dance from Ty Jackson. Good stuff there by Archer. Cutter on the outside corner. Baber sends it into the stands, and it is not caught.
Hey, I need you locked in over here.
Babes flew out his first time, stole first base back in the 4th inning. And pokes this one foul. Another chance for the fans. They do not catch it. I think it took a beer out, though. Nice catch on the bounce. No, this is not 1880s baseball. You do not get an out for a catch on a bounce. Archer still ahead. Goes back to the cutter. Another foul ball from Babes.
Again, good work by Archer, continuing to stay ahead of Dustin Baber in the count. His big adjustment and focus lately has been on staying unpredictable to Party Animals' bats, as this one is rolled over to third base. KJ charges, fires a strike to Eric Jones Jr., and a solid stretch bails Archer out of the 6th scoreless frame for the right-hander.
Well, that's a run-saving play from Kyle Jackson, who is going to take his time leaving the field. And we're going to get a little Banana-lution of dance, an oldie but a goodie here on a chilly day in Grayson. Down to Zion Bright.
You guys follow after me. We're going to go through from the 60s to the 2025. Yeah, pretty much. Hit it, Shark! Come on, people. Here we go. Here we go. Throw your hands up, bend up. Uh-oh. Okay, what's this? I know you know this, come on. Here we go, let me see a twist. Yeah, oh yeah. Uh-oh, here we go. We're gonna go, John Travolta, go. Oh yeah, staying alive. Here we go. It's my favorite right here. It's fun to say at the. Not enough time to shuffle. It's electric. Y'all know we gotta slap the floor. Oh, here we go.
Ready, set! Eyes! Here we go. Cha-cha slide. Here we go. Follow.
Number 3, Eric Jones.
Go!
Pistol. Pete taking over on the bump. Taking part in the Bananalution of dance. And has to put up a 0 here to keep the deficit at just 1 point for his party animals.
7th time Pistol Pete's taken the mound for the party animals. However, in his first 6 outings, he has allowed 3 walk-offs to the Bananas. Has had a really tough go of things. Still trying to dial in his control on the pitcher's mound. And he is behind Eric Jones Jr. currently.
He's got the heart of the order here, so certainly a tough task. 3, 4, and 5 as this one was grabbed by Cosgrove in foul territory. EJ Cruz and Alexiadis, the big boppers. Trying to extend the lead for the Nanners. Big backdoor bender. Just misses the corner, according to Vincent Chapman. Cosgrove and Holden lodge their complaints. And there is ball 4, so that's a tough start for Holden. Doesn't get a call on a nice backdoor bender and then does not throw a competitive 5th pitch. And gives the Bananas the inning-winning run on first. Malachi Mitchell, who already has a pair of stolen bases this afternoon, gets his 3rd opportunity to pinch run. Designated runner in Banana Ball can pinch run for anybody in the order every time through the order. This is the 3rd trip through the Bananas lineup. It's an 0-1 count on Robert Anthony Cruz. Third base umpire Chris Walker said he went around on the check swing. And Rasputin action here for Peter Holden. How about that 6-2-2 for the 6'5 southpaw. And that did not feel good for Rack. Cosgrove going to go out. There's no mound visits in Banana Ball, but it's an injury break here for Cruz. That's really just a courtesy thing from Cosgrove. Gave Rack a chance to recover. Hello, Ty. Goodbye.
That looked ominous.
Yeah, he's scheming, as per usual. Curveball bounce foul. We'll get another 0-2. Deacon out the fans. Another 0-2. Tried to front door the curve. Came up empty.
Over at first base right now, it's obvious Malachi Mitchell is pretty eager to run, but Peter Holden, the lefty, able to keep a close eye on him. Now Mitchell off to the races, and Cosgrove, a 2nd throw that winds up in center field. And fortunately for the Animals, Malachi will not advance a 2nd base.
Yeah, that's respect for the arm of Reese Hampton. Of course, with the new AstroTurf, the ball skips to the center fielder pretty quickly. And did Rack check his swing? Not going to get an appeal. Chapman and company say yes. So from 0-2 to 3-2, with the inning-winning run in scoring position, ball 4 will win the inning for the Bananas. Nice front door bender, gutsy call on a payoff. Holden executes. Another front door bender, nice play, Dustin Baber. 360, good recovery from, wow, Swan. Boy, it looked like he got the Banana Ball before Rack got to first. I'm sure the party animals will challenge. I am almost certain the party animals will challenge.
Confetti has been tossed from Vivacis.
Here's the challenge, ball gets away, and you can see where Swan got a hold of that Banana Ball. To the naked eye, it looked like he got it before Rack got there. Well, that's not the angle we want. Okay, this is a perfect angle. Here we go. Yeah, that's an out right there. We just have to be sure that Swan kept first base. Looked like he did. I personally
All right,
am
fans,
confident to
after
overturn it.
review, the ruling on the field is overturned. The runner.
I think that is the right call. Well, Dustin Baber gets a well-deserved trick play on a gnarly 360 between the legs exchange.
Yep, that's the patented Air Baber trick play that he debuted in 2023. Had a little bit of that low throw, but Swanee just enough reaction time to be able to grab it as this one is scorched to Baber. And now a bounce pass. Swanee catches it barehanded. Double trick play for the Party Animals.
Gutsy time for it as well. Inning-winning run on third. And now Josh is shaking his head.
I think just one trick play there for Babes.
Normally we do not give the strong hand, bare hand a trick play. I would rule that's a double trick play on a feel thing. That thing had some serious speed to it, kind of a situation. Felt like a double trick play to me. There's a reason why you scream double trick play. There is precedent set. The official scoring decision rests with Josh Talevsky. 2-1 count here on Ryan Cox. Well, the gears continue to turn in that beautiful brain of his.
Expand.
Line drive, that walks off the inning. Ryan Cox, he is unreal. He ties Rack and DR for the tour lead with 7 walk-offs each. That is only his 6th run driven in. Coxie brings home the boys when it matters most.
He's been unbelievable with his clutch hitting this season, batting over 400 with runners in scoring position. And the Bananas going to celebrate accordingly, increasing their lead in the ballgame.
Bananas up 3-1, 6 innings in the book, still 3 to play. Trying to avoid the sweep at the hands of the Party Animals, who have won 4 straight against the Bananas here in Grayson, and we will get it on down to Zion Bright for a brand new promo. Daddy Delivery.
When I say go, we're gonna have the fastest dad deliver this baby balloon and see who does it first, and they will win, all right? Here we go, this is sharp 3, 2, 1, push it! Okay, come on, okay, shake it, shake it. Shake what your mama gave ya. Shake what your mama gave ya. Add a little flavor. Uh-oh, these guys are close. We got 2 Chris's, by the way. Hey, I wonder what a dad's of who's pregnant, what is their favorite workout? It's a push-up. Yeah, it's push-up. Yeah, oh yeah. Come on, shake it. They're working together to deliver this baby. Come on. Your wives have done this plenty of times. You guys should be able. We got a winner. We got a winner. Everyone make some noise. He is our winner. We got Eric with Daddy Delivery. Make some noise for Dennis, Daddy Delivery.
Congratulations to all our new parents. It is going to be Jason Swan in the 10-hole. And then at the top, Reese Hampton and Noah Fisher. Party Animals down by 2 in the all-important points department. Andy Archer with a strong first inning of work in the 6th. Back out for another, and Bill Leroy with a unique catching strategy here. Frames a strike. Swan 0 for 2 on the day. His last time up against Kyle Perry had his first strikeout of the year, which leaves Ryan Cox as the lone everyday guy on either team that has not gone down on strikes yet. One, 2. Fastball's low.
Well, when Bill Leroy sets up behind the plate on his stomach, that means as a pitcher, you've pretty much got to go low in the zone. It looks like Archer's going to try the same thing against Swanee. That bender left just a little up and spoiled by Swanee.
Archer primarily 4-seam, 2-seam cut fastball. He's got a nasty split changeup and is working a curveball in as well. There's the change. It is ripped all the way to the wall and left. And Swanee in cruise control as he trots into second base. That's his second double of the weekend.
Tough start to the inning for Andy Archer. Put his hands on his hips for a second. Gestured with his hands out to Bill Leroy, what the heck. Then Bill must have done something charming behind the dish because all of a sudden Archer started laughing it off as Mark Smith has entered into run for Swanee at second base. We're back to the top of the order with Reese Hampton, 0 for 3 today.
And back to the left side. He struck out and flown out as a lefty, was robbed of a base hit in his lone trip to the dish in the right-handed batter's box. And smokes this one foul. Great use of the designated runner for the Party Animals. Of course, Jason Swan, this is only his second game back, coming off a pulled hamstring. There's the bender, backdoors it on the outside corner. 2-2 to Hampton. Swing and a miss. Filthy split change for Archer's first K.
And you see Archer with that Hunger Games celebration following his first strikeout of the ball game, continuing to just laugh out there on the pitcher's mound. Big strikeout with a runner already in scoring position. So Noah Fisher is up. He has drawn a sprint and also reached on 2 missed trick plays today.
Yeah, both from Hosley at third. Now it's KJ at the hot corner. There it is. Now it's
they pranked Archer.
Yeah, we'll call it a prank. I'm sure it wasn't that Shark couldn't find his Hunger Games sound effect. And the thousands of options he has on that crazy computer of his.
You never know. It's fun to mess with Big Arch.
Well, pass ball there on Bill. Smith grabs a free 90. He's now at third base. And the cutter misses outside, so 3-0 here on Fisher. That one at the bottom of the zone. Same pitch, Fisher spoils it, sends it to the parking lot, count runs full.
Excellent battle back from Andy Archer. Of course, a sprint here plates a run for the Party Animals. Archer instead hoping he can collect back-to-back strikeouts.
He misses down, good take there by Fish. Pick up his 11th run driven in on the tour. On his season leading 13th ball four sprint. And Smith with Bronny and Kais. This is the We Get Turned Up dance. Try this one out at the club, folks.
Chat, you are allowed to vote on who is getting the most turned up between Brady Kais, Mark Smith, and Coach Bronny.
I mean, it's a subjective award, but it's always Brady Kais in my mind.
Well, I'll tell you what, the way Bronson Ballholm came away from that dance, I'm kind of leaning Coach.
During the dance, I felt Brady. Phenomenal finish, though, by Bronny there. You cannot argue with that. He brought the juice. As Jake Skull brings the juice here, just too early, sends that to the rugby tournament. I think there's 13,000 rugby players at Daffin Park across the last 2 days. I had the pleasure of biking through the madness yesterday.
You didn't get in the game? You didn't want to get in the scrum?
No, those are massive humans. Massive. They are just big donkeys all over that field. Skull, did he check his swing? Yes, says Chris Walker, the third base umpire. Yeah, I was biking through Daffin before the tournament got started today, so only a smattering of big hosses this time around, but holy moly. I would fear serious injury to my body if I ended up out there on that field. Liner, base knock for Skoll. Fisher's gonna go first to third as DR fires a two-hopper in to keep Skoll at first. Second knock of the afternoon for Jake.
Skoll's had an extra base hit in all but 2 games this season. Saw that one splitting the right center gap and was thinking about another extra base hit. That's why Meadows had to rush that ball in as quickly as he could. Now runners on the corners. Today's Dunkin' Donut batter, Andy Cosgrove. He's still yet to strike out.
Pitcher's pitch for strike 1. It's a foul tip to make it 0-2. Fans want free donuts. And Archer trying to deliver. Look out. Cosgrove nearly gets our third base camera woman, Emma. Runners at the corners, 1 run in. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss. Archer delivers. And free donuts for the folks here in Grayson.
Back-to-back games in Grayson Stadium where the fans have received free donuts. And Andy Archer, 4 pitches, all of them strikes to Andy Cosgrove as his first pitch to Chase Acuff. Pops out of the glove of Bill Leroy. Jake Skoll swipes second base.
7th steal in 8 tries for Skoll. Pretty good looking pitch from Archer, did not get the call. As this one is bounced too short between the legs. Cox over to first just in time. Snags the trick play as Archer strands a pair in scoring position. But 1 run does come across. Party Animals with a chance to pull within 1 in the all-important points department. And before we get to the bottom of the 7th, we get the Banana Nanas.
Hey, that's good, Dad. There it goes. Whoa! Nice. Go.
Banana Nanas, Gale and company, stupendous as per usual. And in comes the former Boston Red Sox minor leaguer Nate Tellier with 1 run of support, trying to earn the 2nd point of the day for the Animals.
Pitching for the 8th time this season for the boys in black and pink, and right now Nate Tellier with a 1.36 ERA plus. That indicates he's been 36% better than the tour average pitcher, but nearly grazes Danny Hosley with his first pitch. We'll see how many tries Tellier has with a trick pitch in today's ballgame. Still hoping to land a trick pitch strikeout this year.
3-0 count here. Hosley's moved from third base to the extra hitter spot. Projected to be the Bananas closer this afternoon. Trying to add some offense himself. And he'll take the ball for a sprint. It's been the lone bugaboo really for Tellier in his awful young banana ball career. He didn't get a call on the 1-0 offering in this count, and he's not able to make it back into the count himself.
He enters today's game with a 10.3% ball force sprint rate, which matches his strikeout rate as well. But here, a first pitch strike to KJ Jackson. It's skied into shallow center field. Hampton will charge, make the catch, and fire back to first base. And Danny Hosley slides in ahead of that throw. Only 1 out for the Animals.
Well, I, like Reese Hampton, thought that had a lot more distance off the bat from KJ. Reese's first step was back, uses his 80 grade speed to correct that mistake. And now Bill Leroy with a heater at the bottom of the knees. He didn't like the call. Looked like a strike to Biko. Now 1-1 on the Bananas catcher, who's come into the game in Ty Jackson's spot. Behind 1-2, has to look out for the fastball that sits 92 to 94, can touch 96 from Tellier. A cutter, sweeper, and a split change. There goes Hosley, pitch outside, and Cosgrove decides not to throw behind Danny Do-It-All after he slammed the brakes and headed back to first.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Bananas have an immense amount of respect for the arm of Andy Cosgrove, seeing as how he's gunned down Malachi Mitchell multiple times this season. Now Tellier rears back in his 2-2 pitch. Get a called strike 3 on Bill Leroy, the Bananas captain, sent back to the bench.
Dalton Malden, second trip to the dish this afternoon. Notched a 2-strike hit against Tellier last weekend in Miami. Lined one back up the middle. In a tough spot against one of Banana Ball's toughest pitchers. There goes Hosley again. Throw from Cosgrove. Not in time. Great scoop and tag from Baber. But not a chance to grab Danny Do-It-All. Uses an excellent jump and his plus speed to make him a perfect 5 for 5 in stolen base attempts this year.
Tellier behind 2-0. Possible ball four sprint to get that inning tying run for the Bananas to maintain a 2-point edge at least in this game, as Malden takes on the 3-0 pitch, and Tellier will get the call from Chapman.
But that is ball 4. Dalton earns the sprint to tie up the inning. Doubles his RBI total on the tour and denies the Party Animals a chance to win the 7th.
We saw last night for Dalton Malden, got ahead in the count 3-0 against Brady Kais, and swung, wound up grounding into a double play. Trying to be too much of the hero for the Bananas. This conservative approach winds up paying off as Meadows will ground out to Chase Acuff deep in the hole at shortstop. Through 7 innings, the Bananas are still up 2 on the Party Animals.
As we head to the 8th, let's get it on down to Sam Bauman with Dan Oberst.
Hey, Josh here with Dan Oberst. The guy is locked in because he's always locked in. Dan, what is the magic in the stance? We've seen the double today, the home run this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm absolutely dialed. I wake up every morning, I do this for about 10 sets of 30 minutes, come to the field, do it again. Now I'm here, I lead off next inning, I'm ready to go.
Now, talk to me too. We know the stance is powerful, but is there any magic in the mustache? It's glorious.
Yeah, the mustache and shutout Kai, I actually have a hoop earring now. Going with a different look. I'm seeing everything, I feel good, and dialed.
Dan, how can I rock a stance like yours?
You probably can't, to be honest. I mean, I love you, you got a great mustache, but to be honest with you, nobody else can do this.
Just nobody does what Dan Oberst does, guys, no matter how hard we try. Pico, Josh.
Thanks, SB. Thank you for the honesty, Dan. That guy tells you like it is. He'll shoot you straight. And they do not deny that nobody can do what he does.
And I want to see somebody hold a microphone as well as Sam Bauman does.
Generous call there for Andy Archer. Evens up the count for Bloomer, who sends this one out to right center. Alexiadis moseying over, will tip it up, and DR snags it in the cap. Double trick play from Super Reese and the Doctor.
And on a hard hit ball off the bat of Bryson Bloomer too, Alexiadis lines this one up, shoots it over to his teammate Meadows, who's got just enough time to take off that ball cap and come away with the banana ball.
1-0 count now on Tanner Thomas. 1 for 3 on the game. Can't square up the cutter right there. Thomas back ahead here. Oh, Ty Jackson. Boy, that guy does not stop. Get 3-1 on Tanner. Oh boy, there's a lot of funny guys in Banana Land. Dan had me cracking up during the interview. Oh man, off our siding here.
Ivan Trezek, our executive producer, that reaction time was insane. If there wasn't a net here, he would have made that catch.
This one the opposite way, foul. We get another payoff. Good job by Tanner to fend off the split changeup. Foul tipped into the mitt. Nice two-seamer there from Archer for his third punchy.
Things continuing to go right for Andy Archer. And again, it does feel like he's perplexed the Party Animals batters for the most part in today's ball game. Continuing to keep them off guard as Mondo floats this one over to KJ Jackson at third base, and that is a 2-minute and 7-second inning for Big Arch in his third inning of relief.
Only one run allowed across the 3 frames for Archer. His offense backed him up in the 7th. And they gave him the point earned in the 6th. So all in all, it is back-to-back terrific relief appearances for the pride of Milton, Georgia. And now we turn Grayson Stadium yellow.
Sing it loud and proud, Savannah, Georgia.
Nippy one here this afternoon. About 55 degrees currently. You'd think it was 30 based on the attire of our wonderful fans.
What was it called?
The difference between 55 down here and 55 up in Saugerties, New York, I'll tell you what. Another great ball game on our hands. Bananas did not lead either of the first 2 games of this series. They walked off the first inning, walked off the 3rd, and then won the 6th as well. They lead 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. And with some afternoon banana ball.
We love you so much, Banana Nation. Now let's go, Bananas!
Biko boots the timing on the toss to Potassium.
It's okay, man.
Can't nail them all.
Dude, we jumped forward on daylight savings time last night.
Right.
Let's just blame it on that.
Yeah, if we were still an hour behind, I would have had plenty of time to toss.
You would have been all good, Playboy.
Well, here is our designated hitter. Dan Oberst has not moved this exact stance since talking to SB half an inning ago. Gets a cutter from Tellier. Sends it into his dugout. 2, 3, and 4 in the Nanners order. EJ and Rack due to swing it after Oberst. Excellent stop there by Cosgrove, nothing new.
During the prime season as the Bananas were facing Nate Tellier, Dan Oberst was one of the Bananas bats who came away the most impressed with the arsenal of Tellier and that high velo fastball that he just saw a bit outside.
Fouled away, 2-2 count. And of course, Dan, a barrel man himself, can appreciate the barrel ability of Tellier, who's a two-way guy across his 4 years at UMass Dartmouth. Career .343 hitter, .408 on base percentage. Really nice numbers. Got some oomph too. 9 home runs across his career, slugged .489. And then the Boston Red Sox called and said, yeah, we really like that right arm of yours. I think you should be a pitcher in our organization. It was the call of a lifetime for Nate. As this one smacked with some authority into left center. Hampton will keep Dan to 1 base. As Oberst 2 for 4 on the afternoon. This continues to do his job well.
Now each of the last 3 innings, the Bananas have had the leadoff man reach base safely. Oberst not afraid to run, leading off of first base. We'll see if the Bananas try and get him active and come away with a 3-point lead going into the 8th. There goes Oberst, and no throw for Andy Cosgrove, and a lot of frustration as well from the Party Animals backstop.
Yeah, he didn't have a chance in the world. That's Oberst's stealing strategy. He gets a head start. It's the same move that Anthony Volpe employs, shortstop for the New York Yankees. It's a newer base running strategy. Raced across the long history of our beloved sport. EJ right back up the middle. And Eric Fox going to give Oberst a stop sign, respecting the arm of Hampton, who gives Jason Swan a strike right behind the mound. And the inning-winning run at third base now.
Well, you've got no outs. You've got the heart of your order up. Your cleanup man, Robert Anthony Cruz, now in the box. You're not going to try and get greedy. You're the Savannah Bananas. And the Party Animals, they're adjusting their defense. Reese Hampton is coming in as an extra infielder for the boys in black and pink, as Robert Anthony Cruz backflips to the moon and leads the yard in Grayson Stadium. A walk-off 3-run bomb for Cruz, his 4th of the year, and the Bananas go into the final inning of play up 3. He could cartwheel home right now for the Bananas.
Instead, he's going to back handspring home. Oh, flippability. He just barely gets a foot on home plate. Oh, no. Oh, he's hurt. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh, he's okay, everybody. Oh, my gosh. He tried to break the table. He kind of did. Now, that was a sneak peek into what was happening in the Bananas locker room before the game. Holy moly, when Rack gets a hold of it. Ball go far. Flips the bat, sends the helmet to the side as well, and then, I don't know, that was like 17 back handsprings before he touched home plate. Here comes the table smash.
Well, we've seen it all ball game. Robert Anthony Cruz taking some mighty hacks, coming up empty a handful of times, but he connected just right there against Nate Tellier to give the Bananas even more cushion in this ball game in which they're looking to avoid being swept by the Party Animals.
Take a look at the rules as we reach the final inning. The Party Animals still have life because all runs scored in our last inning count as points. And if the game is tied at the end of the 9th, we will go into showdowns. Party Animals still have their golden batter as well. It's going to be 9, 10, and 1 in the order. So due to swing it, Baber, Swan, and then at the top, Hampton. I would wager Jake Skoll will be the golden batter. If history means anything, he has been swinging in Baber's spot an awful lot this year.
Yeah, we've seen the Party Animals use it a lot in that 9th hole this season. Baber 0 for 2 with the steal of first in today's game. Meanwhile, Swanee roped a double in his last at-bat, so it makes the most sense right now for the Animals to utilize the golden batter early before they reach the top of the lineup. Could possibly see Skoll bat twice in this inning.
So there's some shenanigans from Malden and Cox on the throwdown from Leroy. Looks like here comes the golden batter.
Fans, at this time, the Party Animals are invoking their golden batter rule. Coming to hit in the place of Dustin Baber, Jake Skoll!
As predicted, it was an easy prediction to make. Skoll is going to get the golden batter opportunity in Baber's spot right here. Jake 2 for 4 on the game. Missed his first game of the tour last night at the wedding of his UGA college roommate. Wow, that is a nice 12-6 curveball. Jake Skoll even thought it should have been a strike. He says, no, I'll take it. But he was definitely shocked. Oh, boy. And the changeup. All right, yeah, that's a pretty similar spot. This time Hosley gets the call. And smirks from Danny and Jake. And that curveball misses down and out. Hosley, a three-pitch guy for the most part. Fastball, curve, and Vulcan change. Look out, Jake. 3-1 count. Party Animals are in the business of runners. They need to get two guys on before they can tie the game. Oh, healthy hack on the 3-1 heater. Count full.
Well, that's a challenge pitch from Danny Hosley because he's got a fire and a strike, and he's not afraid up 3 points in the 9th inning if Skoll swings, and even if he connects for a big one, Hosley stays high in the zone, executes a punch out, and you've got Leroy and Hosley doing a little side step, slide step celebration.
Well, Hosley does the same thing to Skoll that he did to him when he was the Golden Batter Friday night. 2-strike fastball, nice movement on it, good giddy up. Then he sits about 91 to 93 with the gas. And it is rare you see Skoll beaten by a fastball with 2 strikes, but enough late life from Hosley to do it 2 times this weekend. Big bender, chopped the opposite way. Dalton Malden attacking, gotta be quick with the throw, he is. Retires Jason Swan, and the Party Animals down to their final out.
Things looking good for Danny Hosley and the Bananas right now. 8 pitches into the inning, 2 outs, and creeping towards 2 minutes on the minutes per inning timer for the Bananas.
Reese Hampton entertained by the fastball behind his derriere. And Bill Leroy obviously plenty pleased with the control that Hosley has shown 2 batters into his outing to give Hampton a ball.
Hampton 0 for 3 against Danny Do-It-All in 2025. So they like the matchup on their hands as Hampton rolls over the 3rd pitch from Hosley foul.
Reese 0 for 4. Looking to kickstart a 2-out rally. Animals down to their final strike now. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Hosley with the heat. Nails down the save in a 1-2-3 ninth. The Bananas knock this tour up at 8 games apiece before we head to our first NFL stadium this coming Saturday night down in Tampa.
Just what the Bananas were looking for in today's ball game. An impressive pitching performance starting with Correll Prime. Kyle Perry, Andy Archer, and Danny Hosley piggyback off of that one, and very timely hitting from the Savannah Bananas as well as they snap the Party Animals' 4-game winning streak here in Grayson Stadium.
And as their reward, the Nanners get to boogie in the center of it all. Impressive bounce-back win from the Savannah Bananas. They had lost 6 out of their last 8 against the Party Animals. Could have easily been 7 of 8, if not for the much-talked-about bottom of the 9th 2-out disaster for the Animals in Lone Depot Park, the home of the Miami Marlins. But thanks to that and some timely hitting from Robert Anthony Cruz and KJ in that ball game, and then Rack once again the star here this afternoon. The Bananas have knotted up this tour at 8 wins and 8 losses with the Party Animals, and we'll send it down to Sam with today's showman of the game.
Biko, Josh, yeah, it's none other than Robert Anthony Cruz. The guy just keeps doing it. Now, before I get to the amazing game you played, wanted to check on your hamstring. I noticed on the trot there, you pulled up a little limp, but somehow came back.
We came back, and we came back with authority. All I got to say is it's a really bad day to be a baseball, and it's a really bad day to be a table.
Rack, 2 walk-offs tonight. Did you just, we talk about blessing, you're like, one's great, but more?
Yeah, here at the Bananas and Fans First Entertainment, we're all about blessing the experience for the fans. So I had a double first at-bat, walked it off. Figured the only way to plus it would be to leave the yard on a little hanging breaking ball, so that's what we did for the fans.
Rack, I got something here I want to bring out here. You played great, but I feel like, you've earned this tonight. Big award. Talk to me about what this means to be bringing this table home.
Yeah, it's a really bad day to be a table. Celebrating even before the game started because we knew we'd be breaking tables and hitting baseballs really, really hard today. So it was just a good time all around. Really happy to take home a souvenir tonight.
What's it mean finally heading into Tampa? Season series tied now with the Party Animals. Ending Savannah on a big note.
Oh, we're ready to go to war in Tampa, I'll say that. Series all tied up. The Party Animals have no business even competing with us like that. So I think when we show up in Tampa, you can expect a lot more of daddy hacks, a lot more Bill Leroy swings, as we call it, and who knows, maybe even some more broken tables.
Robert Anthony Cruz, our showman of the night. Biko, Josh, back to you. Baseball's tables, watch out for this guy. He's on the loose.
Yeah, eggs as well. I'm sure they will be breaking in the near future, too. Thank you so much, SB. There he is, Robert Anthony Cruz, the showman of the day, with a couple monster barrels as he powers the Bananas to the 4-1 victory.
Yeah, what a big game offensively for Robert Anthony Cruz. 4 runs batted in for the team, now extends his lead in walk-offs on the tour. 8 of them. He got it started early in the first inning against Brett Helton. Going to the opposite field, you see a bat flip from Rack as well. And throughout the ball game, even though he was hitless his next 2 at-bats, he continued to take some monster swings in the ball game and finally connected with that breaking ball against Nate Tellier to tie himself with Jake Skull for the tour lead in home runs. And we'll say maybe a half broken table on the ball game for Robert Anthony Cruz. But nonetheless, this is his 4th Showman of the Game award this season, the most of any player. I mean, he has truly been the Bananas team MVP through these first 16 games.
Well, sharp eye. The statisticians in the control room gave Rack credit for a full broken table. I'm not going to argue with it. What they did miss was 5 back handsprings. Impressive stuff from the man out of Fontana, California. And welcome on inside the broadcast booth with Josh Talevsky, Biko Scala. Thank you all so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us here in Banana Land. We could not ask for much more from the first 16 games of this tour. Feels pretty apropos that we are knotted at 8 games apiece heading into the biggest Banana Ball game of all time coming in just 6 days.
Yeah, things have been very even, especially as of late in this series alone. Pretty close games overall. The Bananas pretty dominant in today's game, however, and hoping to ride mostly impressive pitching performance into the game in Tampa. That is where they have struggled at time to deal with some of the high-powered Party Animals bats, but the dimensions, they're going to make things a little funky. But what I do know is both the Bananas and Party Animals are excited, much like they were last year in Houston, Texas in that first big league park. Both of those teams desperately wanted to get that first win in a big league stadium. I know they feel the same way about grabbing a win in the inaugural football stadium that hosts Banana Ball.
We will have over 65,000 fans on hand. It is going to be a very special night, to say the least. Now, the last thing to touch on here this afternoon, because this is the kind of stuff that just makes me go crazy. We had a 3-way tie in walk-offs coming into this game between Rack, DR, and Ryan Cox. Rack took the lead in the first. DR tied him in the third. Cox joined the party in the 5th. And then Rack took it all back with the walk-off in the 8th. So he currently leads 8-7-7. Rack ahead DR and Cox in that department. That was a fun little tidbit amid all the extra madness.
Well, it's the guys who have had the most timely hits on the team this season who continue to provide the win for the Bananas offensively in today's game. Party Animals had some opportunities. They had 2 instances where they entered the inning with the leads in the ballgame and were unable to hold them against the Bananas. That, in the end, is what costed them the chance at the sweep today in Savannah.
Yeah, testament to the Bananas offense on that one. It is the Party Animals pitching that has been so dominant as of late and had fueled that 4-game winning streak here in Grayson that ends today. We cannot wait to see you in virtual Banana Land this coming Saturday as we take on Raymond James Stadium. Thank you all so much for spending this one with us. The Party Animals take it 4-2. And a big thank you to our cast and crew that made this thing possible. It was pouring just about all morning. I don't know how our people did it, but they are the best in the biz. Big shout out to our executive producer, Yvonne Trezak, all of our wonderful camera folks, and our engineering specialist as well, and the crew down in the control room led by our director, Chad Reese. Thanks to Sam Bauman down on the field, my man Josh Dolevsky with the statistical savanting and color coordinating, and I am Biko Scala saying so long for now. We will see you down in Tampa as one of these 2 squads will take a lead in this tour in the biggest banana ball game of all time. Until we see you there, we will see you later!
Happy birthday, Bloomer.